Principles Stopped from Gravity was published last year, both here and in America, and it's available for you to buy, I think, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is available for you to buy at the end. Richard Atkinson, everyone.
Yeah, that's right. This is a recent one. Happened there in uni. Got mistaken for somebody else. Got mistaken for somebody else. And it was kind of part through what they said. But, well, hope you like it anyway. Today, I'm going to do it as a Southern police officer as well. Because it's like a witness statement. Today I got misinterpreted as a famous living real artist. Having my daily coffee at Nero's, near the uni, a man approached me and asked me if I am long. I replied, well, I'm quite tall, but I don't normally describe myself as being quite long. To strangers and the like. He replied, no, are you Richard Long, the famous living real artist? As I'd heard the staff call you Richard. He's my all-time favourite artist. I love his work. I replied, well, I have two fine art degree with honours from Liverpool. Who Hitler replied to, but got turned down. And so started World War Bloody II. Hence my birth. Mr. Lenin studied there before me, but I'm afraid I'm not that long. Just a bit on the tall side. Imagine if Hitler and Mr. Lenin and me had studied there at the same time in a parallel universe. Thinking of turning it into a one-act play with Mr. Lenin telling Hitler that his best friends are disabled, blacks and immigrants, and getting the goat up Hitler, and me trying to calm things down, and telling Hitler, I quite like your new colourful ceramics, and that Hitler should let his hair down, and love everyone, for their differences, disabilities, and ethnicality. Just loosen up a bit, get into punk and dub reggae music. Then I thought being misinterpreted made me feel proud. Hell, at least I look like a famous living real artist. Which is pretty cool for a 52-year-old nobody with long-term disabilities who has not been in love since 1993-94, she was called Byrne and probably still is to this day, and has found Buddha. Cheers. This is in my book, which is available in the foyer for a very cheap price. It's about it's kind of about labelling someone, or somebody labelling me. But this is turning turning it around a little. It's a true thing. It's a true thing that happened when I met my psychiatrist out in the street. It's called The Meeting. Yeah, I went to see the psychiatrist recently. Last meeting never happened. He had blanked me in the street. I wanted to ask him what was happening about the meeting. He just blanked me and talked into his mobile. Secret things and words. Then at the new meeting, I asked him why he blanked me out in the street. Very hush hush, he said. I work for a secret government organisation. He said, very hush hush. I'm their top operative. One day we will take over the world, he said. Is it criminal-related biz, I asked. Yes, he said, and I can say no more. Buddy, hush, hush, he said. I have superpowers, he said. Buddy, hush, hush. You might have blown my cover. Good. This is a recent one as well. It also actually happened in the library. It's about when you label somebody, or you put a label on somebody. It can seem very negative. Yeah. It's called Tree-Bought Mince in Gravy, man. In the library, looking at poetry books at the back, saw a book of Samuel Beckett poems. So I was flicking through it. Did not know he wrote poetry. Tree-bought mince in hot gravy juice, Nigel. Tree-bought mince in hot gravy juice, Nigel. Tree-bought mince in hot gravy juice, Nigel. I looked behind me, and the black boarding guy that normally stands outside the charity shop in Byker, trying to sell charity badges, was sitting at a table, flicking through some magazines nervously. It was him, I heard. Never realised he suffered from Tourette's. Then a lady teacher that has been to the poetry group I attend turns up with a man. We say hello, and she introduces me. I tell her I have a proper poetry book coming out, here and America. Arto! 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 So your genius will be known, she says. 2020 knit-net! 2020 knit-net! 2020 knit-net! But not in a funny, ha-ha way, in a kindly way. Sodding boat, sodding boat, sodding boat. The lady's friend says he had been trying to read Ulysses. I can smell hot pussy, I can smell hot pussy, I can smell hot pussy. But had great difficulty with the constant interruptions and smiled, and I smiled back. Why don't you just shut the hell up? Jesus, I can't think over here. You're driving me down crazy. Someone near hollers to the black guy from the back tables. Fuck you and your monkey nuts. Why don't you shut the fuck up? I know it won't fucking shut up. You fucking shut up, monkey nuts. The black guy hollers back, holding his ground, whilst twitching his head and body involuntarily. We tried to stop ourselves laughing out loud. And I think it's probably the most difficult place for a Tourette sufferer to have an attack. So he must be very brave to even try and do it, like everyone else can easily, and which they can take for granted, the ability for them to do it, without getting shouted at, for turning the air blue, or shouting out nonsensical words that make you wonder why they chose those words, and made you bellyache with laughter inside. Just when you needed it, and made life funny and interesting again, and worth all the boring bull we had to go through, day in, day out, like we were all just automatons that didn't suffer from Tourette's and swear and shout, I can smell hot pussy, loudly in an almost extinct library. I could not take out the Beckett book. I owe them too much, and not just for this poem. Cheers. This happened at Byker, whilst waiting at Byker metro station, and it's about, it's just, well, again, you just give people labels, you know, in a good way. It's called a sweep. The kid was standing over the other side of the platform. She was a young lady. There was something about her way. She did not talk, and her maiden mother went to the other side of her and placed the young lady's right hand into a pocket she had in her jacket. Maybe because it had turned colder, maybe because she really cared. You do not see that sort of thing happening much nowadays. And I wondered if she had not said anything to her maiden mother. It had all been done with eye contact, as far as I could see. Just wondered if the lady had a learning difficulty, and felt amazed how much the maiden mother really cared about her maiden daughter. Or maybe they were sisters. Then, as the metro train turned up, the lady gave a little shriek of excitement. Woo! Sounded really good, and I felt like giving a little shriek back myself as a way of a reply, like an owl. But I didn't, because people just don't do that sort of thing nowadays, which is a crying shame. Good. This is about how I've been labelled. I had a breakdown in 2003 and I've been labelled something since then. I don't really accept that myself, but this is kind of how it happened. It's called My Trails as Jesus Mark II. Had a schizophrenic breakdown in 2003. Started hearing different voices talking to me that were not real. It was not because of drink. I was not drinking much. Ended up thinking I was dead, or in heaven or purgatory. Over a 2-week period, lost any sense of reality. Hardly ate or slept. Had to get out. Went to time beach on the metro. Don't know why, hardly ever go there. Overhead, a helicopter was hovering, like in a film noir. Written in big letters on the sand were the words, "Hello, Rich." And next to it, someone had drawn a big key. My nickname at school had been Aki. And while studying for a fine art degree, I've done a huge piece with many replica resin keys. Seeing my name and the key made me flip, and still does, thinking about it. It is, and was, and will forever be inexplicable. Was it a message from my favourite brother Mark, who died in 2000 from throat cancer, aged only 50? He used to call me Rich. Or a message from Cocker Spaniel spelt backwards. First at 56 paracetamol, lay down to die on the bed. Ended up puking in the toilet the whole evening. Things got worse. The voices were going to hurt my family. So threw myself off my balcony, 4 flights up from break a wall. Well, it would stop the voices hurting my family. Somehow landed with my fingers on the hard concrete. The digits popped out of my fingers and broke my leg. The pain is indescribable. Luckily, it did not land on anyone. A kind man called an ambulance. Well, I managed to ignore it most of the time. At the back of my mind, I wondered I might be Jesus Mark II. And my belief in God is greater, but I think she has long legs and her soft, husky voice. Just call me Birdman, or kind of lucky. I can see why people used to live now. Yes. This is about an ex-girlfriend, she's called Faye. Faye, you might see her around. It's also about anyone that looks different or likes to dress a certain way.
Does she dance around? Does she dance around?
Don't think so, no.
No? Does she just... Does she dance around?
No,
You see it? Oh. Do you want you to meet her? Because I'll meet her. Oh. Do you want to dance? I'll dance with her. I think...
It's about people that are different and how they get treated. It's about prejudice. It's called faking alien. See how every faking wear, with a faking hat on, matching t-shirt and jacket, with faking rings on, everything. So she must be a faking alien. She never wears anything else. Like an alien faking uniform. Like she's starting a faking We Are winged hat faking alien school. Basically thinks she's a faking God. Or a superhuman blind person. And she's always faking miserable. At the Sunday market, metro station, metro centre, like she doesn't give a damn about being not of this faking world. She gets my faking goat up proper, so faking fed up here. Like she thought it was going to be a bed of faking roses. Always got her faking alien bouncers around her. Seemed to have a few bob. Why don't she get a faking taxi everywhere? No, she likes to show off. Like, oh, look at me with my faking friends and money, and I'm a faking alien as well, and all. Don't be faking, know it, missus. But her with a winged hat from another faking planet. And she's so faking pissed off just being here. Well, missus, so are faking we. What's she got to be so pissed off about? She must have known what it would be like. So why the hell? She come here. We don't need her sort here. Thinking she's faking alien royalty with a faking winged hat, wings faking hats. What's she got to be so faking pissed off about? Why don't she go faking back? We faking can't. Why don't she faking fly away? We can't even afford the faking bus fare or faking suicide with all the faking trimmings. Cheers. Yeah, this is about an old girlfriend, and she's seen it. She's okay, but she doesn't think it's about her at all. She can't really see it. It's also something when I was living in Manchester. I saw someone on the floor, and I actually saw this happen, so I kind of incorporated that. My old girlfriend, she had quite a few difficulties. So it's called Face Down and Fallen. She lay face down on the pavement. The medics were there. Onlookers listening, dirty, drunk, disgraceful, well or never. She did not move and was youngish. This was all some people witnessed, and then result, that pavement kiss. They did not see beyond the pavement, they did not see the woman. The woman battling against the role expected to be feminine. Not to want more than a husband, a kid, and a new kitchen. They did not see her, how her parents had fucked her up, good and proper. A job well done. They did not see her being told to eat at a different table, as if she had a contagious disease. They did not see the circles run around her, from work, family. So as it all became too much, the living of a lie, having a different face for everyone. Started as a way of coping, then became a reality. She forgot it even existed. They did not see all this. They did not see her forced into a role, like a rag doll cut up and squeezed into a Barbie. They did not see the doctors giving her this pill, then that pill, then this pill. For her to use, to get high or slow, then deny her it. They did not see her education denied, because she never fitted in to their narrow-minded corridors. They did not see how others only wanted to help. He'll give himself a gold star, rather than her. They did not see her walking the streets, almost insane from it all, relationship after relationship. They did not see some drunken bum opportunity to talk to her so kindly as she sat on the bench, half dead from it all. They did not see him use and abuse her and then spit her out, because she talked back too much. They did not see this, only her face down on the pavement, a drunken bum. But of course, they only wanted to help, only to help. They did not linger to see if she was alive and kicking. They only wanted to help, to get that gold star. than be on their way to forget. They do not see her pain, history or hurt, just a drunken bum, alive and still kicking against the bricks. Cheers.
Richard Atkinson, everyone. Another round of applause, please. Next up tonight for another salon debut, we have Alex Lockwood. Alex is a writer, scholar, runner and vegan based in Newcastle. He teaches journalism and creative writing at the University of Sunderland and is the author of The Pig in Thin Air, published by Lantern Books, a road trip into animal advocacy and an academic study of the place of the bodily encounter in activism. One of the things he has done as an activist is chase a truck full of pigs for 45 miles